This active principle of magic mushrooms, psilocybin, frequently referred to as a possible remedy against anxiety and depression, is not always without risk of bad trips. Recall these researchers of the John Hopkins Institute which assessed both the risk behaviors and the positive outcomes of the substance. The results presented in the journal Psychopharmacology warn against experiments judged by a not inconsiderable number of users as extremely difficult, or even the most difficult ones lived during their life. Numerous studies have considered the use of psilocybin to evacuate anxiety and reduce symptoms of depression. Here, this survey of nearly 2,000 users reveals sometimes negative experiences by taking magic mushrooms containing psilocybin. More than 10% of users even talk about their bad trip, the worst, and a majority qualifies this experience among the 10 most painful of their lives. Curiously, despite the vast majority of experiences judged to be very difficult, most participants still consider it significant or worthwhile, with half of these rather positive responses qualifying this experience as one of the most precious experiences of their lives. Psilocybin and other hallucinogens are becoming increasingly popular, especially in the United States, for their anxiolytic effects suggested but remain banned substances for safety reasons. In short, scientific evidence lacks both risk and benefit. The study specifically included 3 questionnaires: a rating scale, hallucinogenic effects, a questionnaire on mystical experience, and the altered states of consciousness. Participants were asked to focus solely on their worst experience, to specify the dose of psilocybin taken, the environment of the experiment, its duration and its adverse effects. Of the 1,993 participants, an average of 30 years old, 78% were male and 51% had a college or higher level of education. 93% of participants had used psilocybin more than 2 times. 10.7% said they put themselves or others at risk of physical injury during their bad trip. 2.6% reported acting aggressively or violently. 2.7% requested medical assistance. 5 participants with a history of anxiety, depression or suicidal thoughts attempted suicide during their worst bad trip, but 6 said they got rid of their suicidal thoughts. 1/3 of the participants rated their experience as one of the 5 most meaningful and/or most spiritually meaningful life experiences in their lives. 62% of the 10 most difficult experiences of their lives. 39% of the 5 most difficult experiences. 11% qualified as their most difficult experience. In short, extremely difficult experiments to be taken into account, emphasize the researchers, for any pharmacological use of the substance. Results that do not apply to all psilocybin fungi, the researchers say, but given the negative and positive effects reported, confirm the importance of better understanding and taking into account the risks associated with psilocybin, said lead author Roland Griffiths, a psychopharmacologist and professor of psychiatry and neuroscience at the Johns Hopkins School of Medicine. Professor Griffiths is an expert who has spent more than 15 years researching the ability of psilocybin to produce deep mystic experiences, treating anxiety and depression, and helping to stop smoking.